Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We are back at Raikes Hall today where we have two beautiful driving horses to treat. We have Ballet and Aurora. These are two commercial driving horses and they need a brand new set of shoes as they work extremely hard with some extra ropings so they don't slip while they're working. While I'm working on these two, I'm going to answer some frequently asked questions that you guys have asked in the comments below. How often should you shoe a horse? It's a good question. It can differ significantly between horse to horse, but rule of thumb, let's say an average, would be between 4 and 6 weeks. Some horses can go a little bit longer if they're a bit older and the hooves are going a little bit slower. It does massively depend as well on what the job of the horse is, its age, breed, what diet it's on, what field it goes out in, the environment, all that good stuff. The reason you have to have a good cycling place for your horse is that it's always growing this foot. We're working on now the hoof, and the shoe we put on is going to get to a point where the hoof is sort of outgrowing it and then the shoe starts to grow into it. So it's important that you keep to a regular cycle with your horse.
Causes an abscess, like on Henry's, a broken bone.
That's a good question as well. So, what causes an abscess is when we have a foreign body that tracks up into a sensitive area within the hoof. So I'll show you. Just weed on my box. If we come have a look here in a second once I finish trimming. So horses have like your white line that travels around your hoof capsule here. You can see it there. But you see like this little separation area where you got your sole and your hoof wall. Now you can get dirt, debris. See how it's all stuck in there. If you get like a little stone, something like that, that'll track up there, and eventually it'll get to the sensitive laminate. And once it goes in there, the hoof will, the horse will be trying to like reject it and push it out, and that's what will cause the abscess. And that build up of pus and pressure is what makes the horse really lame until you can drain it. I mean, it's not always caused by that. I mean, you can have abscesses caused simply by puncture wounds. So if they've stood on something sharp, you know, like a fencing nail, screws, some bolt or whatever is lying around your field, and the horse stands on it and punches its foot. Again, you can get an abscess. You could have one like under your sole. You could have some solar one. But it is hard, especially this time of year. You get more abscesses in the winter because hooves are wet, and when they're wet they are softer, so then if they stand on something like a stone or something sharp, it'll go into the foot that bit easier than it does in the summer when it's dry and feet are rock hard. So Ruby, that we treated in a previous video, someone's asked me if she will recover to 100% and be suitable for riding. And the answer to that is yeah, absolutely. She's already doing great. We got her feet to a much better place. The hoof walls are a lot stronger now. She's actually back to being barefoot. She's just living her best life in the field, eating grass. And if anyone wonders what I mean by turn away, basically the horse is just sort of on a little break out in the field, just eating grass and loving life. That's where our Ruby is now. But yeah, we got her in a good place. I mean, her issue wasn't like a crazy thing to fix. Her problem was her hoof wall was just a bit brittle and dry. I just couldn't nail onto her, and because the ground was hard as it was summer, you can't. She had no way of having a break. But we couldn't nail a shoe on, she couldn't stay barefoot. So that's why the glue-on pad helped a lot. It's a very good treatment. I've had a lot of success with it. Definitely recommend it to some people where horseshoes aren't suitable for them, their horse. So yeah, Ruby is 100% now, and she can be ridden whenever her owner wants to ride her, really. So another question is, why do I have a back support on? I do actually. On these silverback chaps here, they've got a back support there, which helps me a lot. I mean, I don't wrap my back up because I have done in the past and it's just not suited me. I've actually felt stiffer being sort of wrapped up. I have quite a strong core. I've been trained pretty hard. I'm finding that helps a lot. I find instead of trying to wrap myself up to keep myself physically fit and healthy is more beneficial. So I prefer to do it like that. When some horses are deemed what I would class as dangerous to themselves or us, I would request that the owner speaks to the vet they are using and uses something like domosedin, and this is a gel that you can put under the horse's tongue, and the dose you give them is decided on how much they weigh, and you apply it under the tongue, and within 45 minutes to an hour they will be sleepy, but not to the point where they can't stand up. Now, in my experience with this, with some horses that are a little bit difficult, we can start by using it at quite a high dose and wean off of it. So like every time they see me, the next time, if they've been alright with it, we'll just give them a little bit less, to the point, let's say after 4 or 5 shoeings, the horse no longer needs it. I had a lot of good success like this, because sometimes you can just give them enough where they're just very relaxed, they're not actually asleep, it just helps relax them so they're not stressing. This job is a very hard job to do, even when horses are well behaved. So when they can be dangerous, it makes it almost impossible. And you got to remember, we have to go work still the next day after your horse, so I need to make sure my staff are safe, and I don't want any of them getting hurt. And it's more for the horse. Like, if it's a bad experience for your horse, it's never going to get better. You really have to make sure that's a good experience for your horse, so they remember it as a good one. And then next time they see you, they're like, you know what, this guy's nice, he's alright. Someone's asked why the horses have their tails wrapped up sometimes. Now, this is just simply for a couple of reasons. Maybe the horse is going to a show, the next day they want to keep the tail clean. Obviously they do poo, a lot of horses, sometimes they can poo on their nice clean tail. And another reason is sometimes they might put it on when I'm shoeing just so it's out of the way. Some horses can flick the tail, especially in the summer that flies round, and when that tail catches you in your eye, it does hurt. It definitely hurts. But it's a very simple thing, and they're not tied up or for a long period of time or anything like that. It's really good. I enjoy being at college. It's a 4-year course. You've got 7 blocks in total now. Maybe one less, actually, I think. I'm not sure what they were doing with that, but they were talking about shortening it a little bit. And basically, you have to do an MVQ over here and your diploma. Your diploma is the exam that you do at the end. Now, in the UK over here, you have to have a diploma to be a farrier, as we are all on a register. And to get on the register as a qualified farrier, you have to have your diploma. And the diploma exam is the final exam you sit at the end of your apprenticeship, where you'll do A practical examiner, theory exam. You'll be asked questions on a written paper and you've got to write about it, and then you'll basically have to shoe 2 feet on horse, front foot and a back foot, and you'll be judged by an examiner whether they deem it to be passable. And once you've got that, then you can be on the register and get yourself insured and start your own business or work for whoever you want. What are the clips for on the horse's shoe? Now these are simply just to keep the shoe in the right position and prevent the shoe from being knocked under. I mean, that's a side clip, see I've got 2 on this side. You can have a toe clip there, so that's a toe clip front, but you can also have a side clip front. It really does depend on the horse you're shoeing, the hoof you're working on. Some horses need a toe clip, some horses need a side clip. I find that they all have their uses. I mean, I even shoe no clips. Sometimes I don't want any clips on the hoof. It does massively depend on the horse you're working with, as they're all completely individual and each horse needs its own shoeing plan. Do I have a horse? No. To put it straightforward, I don't have a horse. I mean, I have a huge number of them that I have the pleasure of seeing all the time and looking after, but I don't actually own a horse. My family owned horses when I was younger. I just never really had my own. I did used to like riding my sisters, but I just wasn't one for the mucking out life. It just wasn't for me. I do just love doing my job. I guess I'm around them that much. Sometimes I'd like to, but I just don't have that much time for it. Do I ever ruin a shoe and have to remake it? Yeah, of course. I mean, I even sometimes have to restart fitting a shoe. It's not always so straightforward. But I'd always rather, it's part of practicing making shoes, like sometimes you know it's wrong, but you just finish it the best you can and go again, reload. But there's no shame in having to restart at all, because it's important that the horse gets the best job that you can do. And you just learn from it. If your fit isn't right or your shoe's not right, it's important that you can learn from it, and that's the only way you get better. It's just practice, practice, practice. That's it. So is it common for different farriers to visit the same yard? Yeah, over here in the UK definitely. There's a lot of big livery yards like this one I'm on right now. You know, there's like probably 100 horses on here, so there's I think there's like 4 or 5 farriers that come on here. You know, people move around yards and they like to bring the farrier with them. And I understand that because that farrier might have a long history with that horse, but yeah, it's really common over here. Bella and Aurora are finished. We are now on with Ozzy and Otis. Now these boys worked that hard that I shod these probably about 3 weeks ago. They haven't gone through the front shoes yet, but they have knackered the hind shoes. And look at that. There's nothing left on that, so I'm going to just swap the hind shoes today and I'll be seeing them again in about 2 weeks to do the fronts. But it's quite common for these boys to go through a pair of backs in between the shoeings because they're working that hard.
Do you train anything specific for your job at the gym?
I just go to the gym because I have always loved it. That is, good boy, there you go lad. That is my hobby, let's say. Like I'm sure horse riding is probably yours. Out of work I just love to go to the gym. I've trained ever since I was like 17. I'm now 32 and I still like to lift weights a couple, 3-4 times a week, and I'll run 2 to 3 times a week. I like to do a bit of both, keep myself fit, but no, I just love going to the gym basically. It's not for work. I recommend it to other farriers. It definitely helps give you an advantage being physically fit, doing this job. First of all, thank you everyone for the questions. I really enjoyed answering them, so if you have any more, please write them below in the comments and we'll do another video in the future answering all the questions. My YouTube channel is also still in extremely early days. I've only been making videos now for a couple of months. I would love to know what you guys would want to see. If you've got any ideas, please also leave that down below in the comments. We do always read all the comments and we love hearing all the feedback from everyone. But yeah guys, as always, I hope you really enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. It's this bit now. It's always good to...
Just say it, we do read.
I really enjoy answering your comments. It's really that you got. So while I'm working on these, I don't know, just clip it. What was the question again? Sorry. Come on.
We do read the comments.
Let's go, because we've got to go, we've got to go, we've got to go, we've got to go.
Right, listen.
We do love... I can't fit you. We do love reading comment. We do love reading the comments. And what am I saying after that?
Just say it.